Have you ever wondered how it would be to create physical objects right from your home computer? Picture this, a world where you can design and produce anything you imagine, right at your fingertips. This is no longer a world of science fiction, but a reality made possible by 3D printing. 3D printing, or additive manufacturing as it's also known, is a groundbreaking technology that brings digital models to life, transforming them into solid three-dimensional objects. This innovative process has the potential to revolutionize countless industries. Imagine manufacturing where parts are produced on demand, reducing waste and costs. Picture healthcare where customized prosthetics or even organs can be printed to fit the patient perfectly. Or envision fashion where clothing is designed and produced to your exact measurements. 3D printing is not just a tool, but a game changer, opening up a world of endless possibilities. So how exactly does 3D printing work? The answer to that might surprise you. 3D printing might sound like a complex process, but it's actually a series of simple steps that anyone can understand. Let's start with the first step in the 3D printing process, creating a digital model. This is where the magic begins. Utilizing a 3D modeling software, an artist, engineer, or even a hobbyist designs a 3D object. This digital model is the blueprint of what will eventually become a tangible three-dimensional object. You can create virtually anything you can imagine, from a simple cube to a complex mechanical part or even a detailed sculpture. The second step is slicing the model into layers. Once the digital model is ready, it's time to prepare it for printing. This is done using slicing software, which takes the 3D model and slices it into hundreds or even thousands of horizontal layers. Think of it like slicing a loaf of bread. Each slice represents a layer of the final 3D printed object. This step is crucial because a 3D printer doesn't print the object as a whole, but layer by layer. Now we arrive at the final step of the process, printing the object layer by layer. The 3D printer reads the sliced data from the software and starts creating the object one layer at a time. The printer uses a specific material, often plastic or metal, which is heated until it reaches a semi-liquid state. Then it's precisely deposited onto a build platform, following the pattern defined by the digital model and the sliced layers. As each layer is completed, the build platform lowers by a tiny fraction, and the next layer is then deposited on top of the previous one. This process repeats until all layers are printed and your object is fully formed. The beauty of 3D printing is that each layer bonds with the one beneath it, creating a solid, sturdy object, even with complex structures that would be impossible to create with traditional manufacturing methods. And there you have it, a 3D printed object created right before your eyes. Did you know that there are many different ways to print a 3D object? First up, we have fused deposition modeling, or FDM for short. This is one of the most common and affordable 3D printing technologies out there. Here's how it works. A plastic filament is heated until it melts, and then it's extruded through a nozzle layer by layer to build your 3D object. The upside of FDM is that it's simple, cost-effective, and compatible with a variety of materials. On the flip side, the layer-by-layer approach can sometimes result in less smooth surfaces. Next, we have stereolithography, also known as SLA. This is the granddaddy of all 3D printing technologies, having been around since the 1980s. SLA uses a high-powered laser to harden a liquid resin layer by layer to form a solid object. The beauty of SLA is that it can create highly detailed and smooth-surfaced objects. However, the materials it uses can be pricey, and the process is generally slower than FDM. The third technology we'll discuss is selective laser sintering, or SLS. This one's a bit more complex. SLS uses a powerful laser to fuse small particles of plastic, ceramic, or glass into a 3D shape. The advantage of SLS is that it can create highly detailed and durable objects without the need for any support structures. The downside is that it's more expensive and requires more technical know-how than FDM or SLA. These three technologies, FDM, SLA, and SLS, each have their own strengths and weaknesses. FDM is great for cost-effective prototyping, SLA shines when it comes to detail and precision, and SLS stands out for its durability and complexity. But remember, 3D printing is continually evolving, with new technologies and materials being developed all the time, so who knows? The perfect 3D printing technology for your next project might just be around the corner. Choosing the right 3D printing technology depends on what you want to create. So we've unpacked the concept of 3D printing, walked through the process, and explored different technologies. But what does this all mean for you? Well, in essence, 3D printing opens up a universe of possibilities. It's a technology that has the potential to democratize manufacturing and inspire creativity. It's not just about creating plastic trinkets or prototypes anymore. It's about the power to make, to create, to innovate, right from your desktop. Imagine being a small business owner who can produce parts on demand without the need for a large inventory. Or a designer who can bring prototypes to life with the click of a button. Or even a student who can bring their ideas to life for a school project. The applications are as diverse as the users themselves, but the beauty of 3D printing lies not just in its potential for professional applications, it's also a fantastic tool for personal projects. From custom jewelry and home decor to kitchen gadgets and toys, the only limit is your imagination. And getting started with 3D printing is easier than you might think. There are numerous resources online to help you learn the ropes, from tutorials and forums to online courses. And with a variety of affordable printers on the market, you don't have to break the bank to get your hands on this transformative technology. However, it's important to remember that, like any tool, 3D printing comes with its own set of challenges. It requires patience, a willingness to learn, and a dash of creativity. But the rewards are well worth the effort. In conclusion, 3D printing is more than just a technology. It's a movement, a revolution in the making. It's about empowering individuals to create, to innovate, and to make their mark on the world. The world of 3D printing is at your fingertips. All you need to do is press print.